chasing me and you. All these years of inspiration and love. Oh, how we live and what we say. It's Stampin' Up and it's our way.
Hi everyone, welcome to our next card. So in your supplies, you have a piece of basic black cardstock that has been folded lengthways. You will also have a strip of basic black cardstock as well. What you're going to do with this piece right now is fold it in half and then fold back on itself. Just burnish those edges, turn it over and repeat the same thing on the other side, this creating a W fold for our mechanism. Okay, you'll also have in your supplies a piece of designer series paper that has been cut to 9.5 by 14 centimeters. You'll also have a piece of basic white, which is going to have our words stamped to it. You have 2 additional pieces of designer series paper. They are for the inside of our card. You also have a ladybug that I have punched out with the punch, and that is in basic black. You have the wings in real red. You have 2 wings which I have made into leaves, and you'll have 4 daisies as well. You will need your multi-purpose adhesive to go and stick your 2 pieces together. So just glue those 2 on top and leave them aside to set. Okay, just pop those over there. All right, in your supplies, you will also have 4 pieces of basic white and 4 pieces of fresh freesia cardstock. You will need for this a black marking pen. You'll need your multi-purpose adhesive. You will also need a Stampin' spot or ink pad, and you'll also need a sponge dauber, and you'll need some dimensionals as well. And in your supplies, I have also given you some of the Glossy Dots assortment pack, so you'll have these as well. All right, you will need a drop sheet as well. So let's get started on this. So what you're going to do, the first thing we need to do is we can go ahead and glue down our designer series paper in the center of our card. So one will go up the top and one will go down the bottom. So position that. Just be aware that you might have 2 different lots of designer series paper. So I have left the purple designer series paper for the front of the card, and the bits with the yellow and the pink I've put onto the inside. So I've got the inside and the outside. Hope I said that right. All right. So that is our card there. What you're then going to do is you can glue straight down your designer series paper for the front of the card. What you're going to do now with the dry pieces of the daisies, open your ink pad, take your sponge dauber and just give that a little bit of ink. I'm starting in the center and working my way out. I just want a very rustic, rough touch of ink to the leaves. And then what I'm going to do with these is add onto it. You'll just have a section of these, like a strip in your supplies. You can use whatever color you like, but I've decided to pop the yellow large ones into the center of my daisies. What you need to do now is take your wings of your ladybug, and we are going to just draw some little circles to represent our wings, and we are going to just glue those to the back of our lady. There we go. Pop that aside. All right, onto our pieces of basic white. What I'm going to do is take my Memento ink pad, and I'm going to stamp a flower, but I'm not going to stamp it directly in the center, just wanting it off to the side. And then I will stamp 2 onto here. And then using the leaves, just pop that one off to the side for a second, grab another piece of my basic white, adding some leaves, and then onto the last one. I'm going to be leaving blank because I would like to have my words printed onto that. So then what I'm going to do is take some of the other words, pardon me, I'm going to use best wishes, and I'm going to stamp best wishes onto, nope, I think it needs to go onto that one. Yep. So I'm going to stamp best wishes here, like so. Now you can colour these in if you like, or you can actually leave them blank. So what we're going to now do is stick them to our layer of the fresh freesia. So gluing that down. Sorry, wrong way. Go this way. Glue that down. Just move that ever so slightly. So line that back up. And then a space onto this one as well, somewhere for our message to go inside. Okay, so now coming to our words, I'm going to take my Memento ink pad, and on the strip of basic white, stamping the words in the center and to the top. We're going to glue this down onto the front of our card. So now we have just glued down that panel onto the front of our card, and what we're going to now do is take our daisies, and I'm going to glue down one petal and another set of leaves over here, and then I'm going to glue down the daisies, and then going to use a dimensional, and I'm going to raise up my ladybug, So that is the front of our card. Now to finish off the inside of our card, what we have is our pieces. So we have left one blank, and then we have the others here, and we also have our W mechanism as well. So what we're going to do, just pop all that out of the way, is you're going to glue down the first section of our mechanism in the middle of the designer series paper. And then what we're going to do is wait for that just to get a little tacky. Stretch out the cardstock, hold that down for a sec, and there we have our W mechanism in our card, ready for us to attach our pieces. So what I'm going to do is put my blank piece at the very bottom so that I can write on that at a later date. Lining it up between the score line and here, so I have an even border. And then what I'm going to do is put my other images, now I can have them wherever I want to go. And then I'm going to have my best wishes in here. Now a little tip when you're doing the two center ones, don't go right to the edge of the cardstock. So I will show you what we're going to do with this. In between these two sections here of the score line, what I have done is I used the multi-purpose in here instead. That way I'm not going to get my glue onto the other side. Oh, and I've knocked that. Straighten that up a bit. There we go. Gluing that onto there, and then doing the same again here so that my words can go in the center there. Just bringing that down, just give it a little press at the moment and leave that aside to dry. So that is our W fold mechanism card, and you can do that and see how you go with that one. All right, hope you liked that. Okay, bye.
What we love, what we do makes a difference in me and you. All these years of inspiration and